Okay, this is actually, buckle down, you're gonna learn something. Because you can't find parts for those. Let's just bring it up. Great. On this episode of Quint's Garage, there's a noise. Sounds like Marley's ghost. Clangity, clangity, clunk. Underneath the truck whenever I have it out of gear, rolling to a stop. Is it the transmission or is it something in the drive line? I don't know, but it's not good. So we're gonna figure out what it is, hopefully. Hold on, we got fire. That's how you test them puppies. Gotta see if you're getting positive turnage. Then you just, you come up here. Going straight to fourth. That sounds good. That's the noise I'm looking for. What is that? It's in the drive line. Oh, I thought it was up the transgression. It's not. Let's test the parking brake, see if it works. Maybe? I think it's right there in that spline, which, by the way, has never been greased because that's overrated. But it ain't back at the diff. I think that noise, let me pop it into fourth so you can hear it again. Let the clutch up. 20, sure. That noise. Yeah, it's there in the spline. It ain't the transmission like I thought, which is good, I'll take. Is it the U-joint coming apart or is it the spline there? Well, either way. Hang on, we need to go after more important issues at hand. Let's just bring it up. It's right there in that spline. It sounds like, it doesn't sound like the U-joint's coming apart. One-handed. See, there's all the drive line right there. Can you, well, you gotta settle down and focus now. Look. There's that noise. It's coming from the spline, which is, as you can clearly tell, been greased all of its life. If I keep my foot out of the clutch dumps, might be able to get away with that for a little bit longer. But that's what the noise is anyway. Whew. I was thinking it was in the transgression, and I do not want to have transmission issues because you can't find parts for those. I can find the splines. You just gotta zzz, zzz, and then weld a new one. Those were cutting and welding sound. New carrier bearing looks good though, and ain't got any play. But I'm actually really glad that this was the noise rather than that puppy up there, because the T18 is a great transmission, but you ain't finding parts for them unless you're doing a full rebuild, and those are about $4 grand. I ain't doing. Wait a minute, Bryce, can I have your transmission? Actually, I don't need your transmission. Bryce, does your drive shaft do this? If not, can I have yours? I'm just gonna keep looking at the glass pack that doesn't leak. So, yep, I'm good. And then, you know, 4 months from now, I'm gonna be under here going, well, the irony's so thick you can spit on it, and this is gonna be in 2 pieces. But until then, it's, you know, I'll just weld on it. That way you don't get the flex. I'm feeling ambitious as ever. So I'm going to drop the drive shaft. It's a 2-piece, thankfully, so I'm going to drop the rear drive shaft. And then I'm going to have the shaft coming from the transmission to the carrier bearing or center support, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to... That nut wasn't even tight on the drive shaft. That's fine. You gotta mark your drive shaft, or else it's gonna wobble on you. That's true. All your U-joints gotta be lined up like that, or like that. Because if they're like this, they're gonna vibrate. I think I said wobble, I meant vibrate. Okay. So once we get this drive shaft out, we'll start it up, put it in gear, and see if it does the clackety 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 clackety. If it does, uh-oh, uh-oh. Updates. I got the rear section out on the workbench, otherwise known as the, well, I ain't got a tailgate, but the thing. So the okay, this is actually, buckle down, you're gonna learn something. The 6th gen Ford trucks, I think it even rolled into the 7th and 8th gens, but I don't know for sure. On the single cabs, your rear U-joint is the same size as your other 2. These, the U-joint in the yoke here and the U-joint at the transmission is the same measurement from this side as it is to this side. Okay? Look at this. On the SuperCabs, and I think even the 4-doors, you have one measurement here, but check this out. U-joint is bigger because on the SuperCabs you have a heavier duty rear end, and so I don't know why they did it, but they did. And what's really awesome is this U-joint is hard to find. AutoZone, O'Reilly's carries it, but you got to look for them. They're usually a couple days out. They got a special order, but they do have them. I just wanted to point that out because I didn't know that, and I spent all the time putting this U-joint in, and then it didn't fit. So I'm trying to save you from having that problem. If you got a SuperCab, which for you Chevy guys is the extended cab, it's the extra thing. See, door, cab, and I think even the 4-door had that too. But they didn't sell a lot of 4-doors back then. If you do have a 4-door, you're lucky because they're worth a lot of money. This U-joint is tight. I mean, I ain't kidding you. It's brand new. It's only a couple years old. So, let's start it up and hope that drive shaft doesn't just go flying through the center support. I love when you barely rev it, it goes up to 30. Because your speedometer cable's in the, your speedometer reads from the transmission. So that's good, at least. That was the issue. It's that spline is loose. It's really worn out. So let's shut her down and take a look. Put some grease. Repurpose it. See, there you go. I mean, it's not the worst. If I'm being honest, it actually doesn't look that bad. Here at the front, yeah, it's a little worn down. But back here, it doesn't look that bad, so I don't know. Oh. Break time. All right, let's put this drive shaft back in. We did it. Pretty well, yeah, we did actually. We found out what it was. We didn't fix it because I ain't got the parts. But you know, if I get another ambitious spurt. They only happen once a year. Yeah, I'll take it out and run it down to a driveline shop. Let them do it. Because nope, I ain't doing that. But anywho's, airplane. Thank y'all for watching this episode of Quint's Garage. If you're going to work on your cars, use jack stands. Don't be stupid. But y'all take care. Be safe. I'll see you.